coming out is
Hey guys, JC here. Just making my first video, I guess. I just want to talk a little bit. I was listening to Chad from Sweat Talk. I don't know if you guys know him. I think I'm a little more down to earth on this content that I'm going to be bringing you. I wouldn't say I'm poor by any means, but being rich has only been had a couple times in my life, and you know, even though I feel like I definitely earned those opportunities, there's a lot more to life, you know what I mean, than just chasing a carrot or a dream or something that you think is going to get you somewhere that someone else said. If you got proven facts and you can make an educated decision, that's a little different. But the point of this video, guys, is just watch out for that snake oil salesman. You know, early in my sales career, I'm a 20-some year salesman. I stopped selling a while ago because my teeth got a little screwed up, and I made some decisions that I'm not going to talk about in this video, but I probably will in some. And just kind of did what I had to do to survive back then. And now today, I don't have regrets by really any means. I never really sold anything that was going to really hurt anybody. Most of my products were a good concept. They just, you know, for whatever reason had a problem, i.e. Enron, when it came to energy credits and energy sales early on. And I've got a whole story. Hopefully that'll help you guys in a manner of my opinion. You know, if you take what I say as advice or whatever, that's on you. If you want to hate on me, feel free. I've had people hate on me my whole life. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I might hurt your feelings in my reply to your comment. But there's a chance that I might just go ahead and turn that all off. I want the focus to be on the people who are here for whatever they need. And maybe if they find something that puts them in a direction that helps them move forward, that'd be awesome. So that's kind of my goal. But really, I just want to give my perspective, and you take it or leave it. Whatever it's worth to you. If it's not worth anything, you go right ahead. And click next, watch something else, man. There's plenty of content on YouTube. And I might just be a bumbling, bambling, rambling idiot to you. So who knows? A little back scope. I was born in Texas. I was raised in everywhere from Wisconsin to New York. And then when I got into sales, I pretty much went all over the country. After I got out of sales, I got into the medical industry, per se, in cannabis. I started to grow cannabis for medical patients who were sick. And then my state decided that they were going to take that idea, and it wasn't profitable enough. So of course they brought recreational cannabis in, and since then the medical market, as far as I'm concerned, minus the tax savings, is pretty much garbage. They don't have any respect, as far as I'm concerned, for the patient or their sickness or illness, nor is there any money in the proper research that needs to be done in cannabis, from everything from the actual plant all the way to dabs, for one, in my case, which I believe have definitely helped me cause idiotic issues in my lungs. But things that can be changed. You know, it's a lot like exercise, the exercise concept. As long as you're working out and you're doing stuff, you're going to stay pretty healthy. And I noticed even with my horrible breathing and my hereditary lungs, my mom had COPD, died of, she had strokes, but she died with lung cancer, and things like that. So it's kind of self-induced idiotic behavior. But at the same time, like, I didn't smoke. I only smoked for 7 years. I smoked other things like an idiot in my life. But cigarettes was something I was able to kick. And I noticed that society has a really, really hard time with that. And I will admit, from everything that I have kicked in my life, cigarettes were one of the hardest. So anyway, I just kind of want to give an overview, a short overview and an introduction to the channel. Anything here helps you at any point. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. We definitely want to grow the channel and get the word out there. In the future, we're going to have some things coming down the pipeline that will maybe help you on a conceptual basis and macro and a micro level. And I say that in both business and personal. I always used to tell my salespeople, you know, if you can sell, you can sell anything. It doesn't matter. You're selling yourself. And when you sell yourself, that could be with a woman, that could be to get a new apartment, that could be to get a deal on a sale, that could be anything. So I just want you guys to really think about that person that's out there that doesn't have your genuine what am I trying to say? Sorry, this truck's coming. Then you want them to be a genuine person. You want them to have your best interest at heart, was what I was trying to say, I guess. And for the most part, you want to know it. And you should be able to tell that. If you're somebody who goes into a sales environment, say like a furniture store or something like that, and you find yourself just inundated and overwhelmed, and you have to put a no soliciting sign on your front door because you're afraid of salespeople, then you've got to really look in the mirror and say, you know, what is it about me that creates such an insecurity that I can't even have a conversation with this person, who I believe is usually, and I'm going to say this even in slacks and a dress shirt every day with teeth, all of them. People have no respect for salespeople. They don't care what you look like. They think they're better than you. Society thinks they're better than you. There's the sun. That's what I was looking for before I left. So I'm going to try to do these videos as the sun comes up. I'll see if I can't get a switch in here. So you guys can see kind of, I don't know if you can see that. I can't wait to see this on video. But yeah. So just keep an eye on things. You know, just as quick as the sun comes up, you can lose everything you have. Just as quick as the sun comes up, you can get rich overnight. There's the world is a mysterious fig, my friends, and you'll hear me say that a lot in all departments. And you gotta be careful. You gotta cover your butt. You gotta pay attention. You gotta be able to have a conversation with these salespeople, with these people who don't have your best interest at heart. You know, it's a little harder with people from a different country, you know, to understand their motive or their intentions. But we as Americans have to just assume that they're going to try to, put us in a position of disadvantage. And not all of them. But I'll tell you what, the ones that aren't all of them will prove themselves very quickly. Because they want to be differentiated. I don't know how to say that. Between you and the norm and themselves. That way, and that's a good salesperson. So, and I don't care what country they're from. But at the end of the day, I do believe if you're going to do business in this country, you need to speak clear English. You have to. We need to be able to understand you so that we can trust you. If I can't understand you, I can't trust you. That was the hardest thing about the evolution, I believe, of man. We couldn't understand each other in all different aspects of from being apes to bopping each other on the head to not understanding each other's cultures when it comes to crossing the lines of our territory. So, you know, just keep an eye on that snake oil salesman, but at the same time, recognize that person that's going out of their way to prove the difference. Watch your butt. Do what you got to do out there in the world to get ahead. You know, there's a lot of things that you can invest in without putting a whole bunch of money into, and just feel the market out. Check it out. Crypto is a good thing to check out. Right now is a great time to buy because everybody's scared to death because of what's going on. You know, I'll move up a little bit before I get going. I'm going to go into what I do and how I do it and what I make money on. I'm at the very beginning of my journey, so I want you guys to see everything from the beginning all the way to the end. And the goal of this channel is really going to be to help somebody. If we help one or two people, I think it's worth having it on and putting a little bit of time in, 10 minutes a day, to give you guys a little bit of my perspective. Take it or leave it however you want that to be. All right, so like, subscribe, share. If you got anything out of this video, or if you're interested in learning more, put the notification up there so you can see when the next video goes up. I'm going to try to put up content as much as I can, and I'm going to ask you guys, what do you guys want to hear? What would you like to know my perspective on? Do you think I'm full of crap? I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is that we're getting somewhere with it, and we're moving ahead as a team. So onward and upward, my friends. Until next time.